I'm coming. Hello, I'm coming. Hang on a sec. Hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi. Just shaking it up and coming from a different space today. Yeah, here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Can you see me? Can you hear me okay? I've just changed my position a little bit. So just say hi if you can hear me. Awesome. Hey Deb. Awesome. Okay. So I feel really heavy today. I feel really heavy and jittery and kind of, I don't know, guess you'd call it nerves or anxiety or something maybe. I don't know. And, you know, part of it I think is the terrible sadness and tragedy of Las Vegas and how the unbearable grief that is going to cause, or that has caused for so many people. And, you know, intimately, obviously, within their small groups, within their families, but also there's a vibe, I guess, that we all start to feel. And, you know, it was just yesterday I was saying to Jonathan, because there's something happened in France and something happened in Spain. And, you know, there's a part of me, as much as I don't watch the news, I hear the news and feel the news, I guess. We all need, you know, we all need to, I don't know. But I guess what I want to say this morning is that I have so much sadness and grief for everything that those people are going to go through. And for all of us that relive sadness and grief every time something like that happens, you know, interestingly, and in this day and age, I know two friends of mine that have been, one in a terrorist attack, was a victim of a terrorist attack, and the second one was inches away and changed the direction she was walking and missed it by one street. So it's very sad. And I guess, you know, my topic this morning was about fear of failure. So I'll come back to that. I just needed to get that out and be not complete, and to acknowledge acknowledge what's happened, and that I send love and love to all of those people. It's very, very sad. And interestingly, because I was so jittery and out of sorts this morning when I came down, I didn't know whether to talk about that, and I didn't know whether to talk about the fear of failure, and I didn't know whether to talk about, you know, these high vibes are a bit of a vlog of what I'm doing and what's going on for me. So I was kind of like, oh shit, I don't know. I don't know, what are we going to talk about? And, you know, when I get into that space of, you know, I know that I have the answers. I know that when I get into my quiet moments and when I ground and when I meditate, I know that I have the answers within. But sometimes I get so disconnected, I guess is the word. Sometimes I get so disconnected. The only things that can bring me back to keeping me on my message or keeping me on my path are things like drawing an oracle card, or reading a chapter from a book, or listening to an inspiring song. So this morning I came down and I drew some cards, and most of you know that I've got a pack that I work through all the time, which are the Chakra Insight cards. And today I went back to ones that I haven't used for ages. These ones, the Goddess cards, and funny enough, I don't say funny enough. I don't say that lightly. I say weird. That's so weird. This is the one I got, and I know it's backwards, and I'm really sorry. I'm on my phone today. Unconditional love. And, you know, I kind of look at that and I go, far out, man, really? In situations like this, we have to show unconditional love? Really? Okay. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And I just kind of look at that and I go, and, you know, I'm reminded that that's who we are as universal intelligent beings, that we are unconditional love. And how do you tap into just a little bit of that today, just a little bit of that when situations like this happen? I mean, I can't, so how do we, I know we can't look at a situation, I'm talking about Las Vegas for everybody that's just tuning in. I don't know how we can, look at a situation completely and cover that with a massive unconditional love bubble. I'm not there yet. I'm not that evolved yet to be able to do that. But what I can do is start little bits of unconditional love moving that way, and little bubbles of unconditional love moving that way. And it actually, I know this sounds like I've gone a bit off topic, but it does bring me back to, fear of failure. Yeah, we never understand. Emma, yeah, right, Emma. We never understand. Coming from a place of love is our only answer. Which leads me to, funny enough, what I wanted to talk about was fears. And I want to touch on these over the next couple of days. And I want to talk about fear of failure. Hey, Lisa. We have 5 fears that hold us back from our life. And fear of failure is the number one fear. And it's the biggest one. I wanted to share this, like I said, High Vibes is a bit of a vlog for me, and a bit of a hi, what's happening in my world. I tell you what, my fear of failure, I haven't had a heightened sense of that for quite some time. Do a Kickstarter and watch that sucker come right back up and sit on your shoulder. It's been a very interesting exercise for me, and we're constantly stepping into the next space, right? And, I was reading The Fear of Failures. I don't even know where my piece of paper is gone now. Oh, hang on a second. So, I was reading, all of the, so we've got fear of failure, fear of losing control, fear of standing out, fear of missing out, and I didn't write down the 5th one. And, for me, at the moment, it's fear of failure, fear of standing out, and fear of losing control. So I've got those 3 fears, but I just want to talk particularly about fear of failure at the moment. It's a big, and I want to relate it back to my life, because I feel that people hear better from a life experience, and also knowing that I'm doing it and that I'm going through it, right? So, start a Kickstarter campaign. Seems really like a good idea and very exciting, and I've got all this happening and blah, blah, blah. And I knew that while I was creating it, I could feel excitement about it. So, back a week ago, I was feeling excited. I was feeling challenged and like, oh, this is going to be fun, and oh, I can't wait to see what happens. Anticipation, all of those really high vibes, okay? High vibed all over it. Launch party, high vibed. I think you're all pretty high vibed about the Kickstarter campaign. But I knew at every step I took towards the actual launch of it was literally a step every day outside of my comfort zone. So I've been sitting in this beautiful comfort zone for a while. Like I just said, I haven't felt any fears for quite some time. And that's when I know I'm out of my comfort zone. So I can recognize, oh, hang on a second, this is getting uncomfortable now. So we're not even halfway, and I'm already starting to feel uncomfortable. I feel like I don't have control over who's pledging what and how many numbers and how many shares and how we've got to reach the target, and we've got to do it in this many days. I feel like I'm losing control. So that's the feeling, right? And the fear is that I'm losing control. It's not only a feeling, it's the fear, right? Because fear is the feeling. And the fear of failing, and the fear of letting people down, and the fear of... So then what's happened is I started to feel my body and my feelings being consumed at the opposite end of the vibe. So 7 days ago, I was high vibed, excited, challenged, anticipation, joyful fun, all of those things, to yesterday, where I was worried, stressed, anxious. What's going to work? What's not going to work? It's going to fail. What am I going to do? What if we don't reach it? All of the what ifs, right? But rather than sit in that, I could totally sit in that for the rest of the campaign. I could sit in that for the rest of my life if I wanted to. But rather than sit in that, what I'm choosing to do is to acknowledge that I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm choosing to acknowledge that that's all it is. That's all it is that last week before it started, I kind of had an idea. I was comfortable. I'm very comfortable in a high vibe state. I was very comfortable. Now I'm moving into uncomfortable territory because you know what? It's unknown territory for me. I don't know how Kickstarters work. Well, I say I don't know how Kickstarters work. I freaking researched the shiz out of it. I know how Kickstarters work. I can't control how mine's going to work. I have no control over how mine's going to work. And, you know, I was messaging Emma last night, a couple of swear words. But what I acknowledge is I'm just sitting. All that's happening is I'm sitting outside of my comfort zone. And that's why I've kind of changed my position today. It's very comfortable for me to stand up in front of my computer to do high vibes. In the same spot, it's there, it's comfortable. So I actually shifted myself today. I shifted my location, I shifted my energy, I'm back to sitting down, I'm in my comfy chair. I have to shift and get out of my comfort zone, literally. So the more that I do that, the easier it's going to be. Still, I have no idea how the Kickstarter is going to work. All I can do is keep showing up every day, keep recommending it, keep inviting people to have a different life because of the planner, invite people that, you know, this planner will help you live a soul-filled, rich life. It really does. People talk about it. That's all I can do. All I can do is walk my path of service. And my path of service is I've created this tool to help you. I know that you can't work with me in money school. I know that you can't work with me in the academy. How about this? This is going to help. Let me help you. Let me be of service to you. Even me having this conversation with you guys right now, I can feel the energy in my body shifting. So thanks for listening. But I can feel that, you know, I started this off with, I don't know, I'm feeling a bit zzed all over the place. Just knowing and acknowledging that I'm out of my comfort zone. That's where the learning starts. All of this learning that I'm now going through personally, also, you know, technically and Kickstarter and all that stuff, but personally the learning and growing that I'm doing, and learning and growing and stepping out of my comfort zone, and learning and growing about asking for help. You know, that's been the hardest freaking thing for me to do in this. And my biggest lesson, I don't know what that's going to look like at the end of all this, but my biggest lesson has been asking for help and asking people to share and asking people to be a part of something that's going to change people's lives. It's actually been a really big thing for me to do. My feet are crunching up on the ground because I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm just noticing that I'm uncomfortable. So what do I do from here? What I do from here is I just keep acknowledging that I'm uncomfortable and that it's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be out of your comfort zone. I promise you, in a week's time, let's go. In a week's time when I come back and talk about this, I go, wow, you know that high vibes I did where I was talking about getting out of my comfort zone and all my fear of failure? How different am I this week? But it's not pushing through. Like, I'm not going to push through my comfort zone, and I'm not going to push through it. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to remind myself of the divine being that I am. I'm going to remind myself that this is all part of a way bigger picture than me. I'm going to remind myself that I'm part of divine consciousness. I'm going to remind myself that we're all in this together. You know, I'm going to remind myself that there is no failure. There is no failure. There is only evolving. I want to say evolvement, but I'm pretty sure that's not a word. There is actually no failure. If I was to survey all of you right now and say, okay, guys, score out of 10, how do you think I'm going so far on the on the failure scale? I know that a lot of you are going to come back at me and say Emma, but it's never ever a failure. Remember my saying, you win some, you lose some. You win some, you learn some. Sorry, you win some, you learn some. Totally. You win some, you learn some. And, that people, evolution. Thank you. Moving through something, not pushing through it. So gently taking the steps, lovingly taking the steps, and moving through one step at a time is how you don't get stuck in that failing vibe. Okay, so how do you move the fear of failure feeling? Heavy, heart racing. It's not heart racing. It's more of like you can feel your blood pressure or something. But you're anxious, stressed, worried, concerned. How do you move from that vibe to a high vibe? Well, you just have to look at it with another word and go, it's not a failure. This is a lesson. I'm learning. I'm out of my comfort zone. I enjoy being out of my comfort zone. It stretches me. I learn so much about myself when I'm out of my comfort zone. I see more. I'm more grateful when I step outside my comfort zone. Eat that frog a bite at a time. Totally. So asking for help. And remembering that when you're getting that fear of failure, notice that it's just all it is I'm uncomfortable. That's all it is. Whoa, I'm uncomfortable. It's not, oh my God, I'm going to fail. That is the immediate change of vibe right there. You feel that? If you go, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail at this, to, whoa, this is fun. This is out of my comfort zone. Change in vibe. Now, for me, it's about, I've just shared something on my personal page. I'll go pick it up and I'll share it in the business page as well. It's about living every single day to the most joyful, loving place that I can. Again, I could sit here for the next 5 hours stressing about making the Kickstarter goals, or I can come into it with a loving, grateful position, because who knows what's going to happen at 5 o'clock this afternoon. I don't want to spend this day going, oh my God, 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 and then get hit by a bus. I would rather be spending this day going, wow, this is fun. What can I bring? What fun energy can I bring to this? What loving energy can I bring to this? What excitement can I bring to this? How much fun can I have today? Where can I have more love today? And then get hit by a bus at 5 o'clock? I know which way I would rather go. So don't let the fear of failure stop you. Look at it as an opportunity to grow and an opportunity to learn, Emma. And that's why your planner will hit the goal, because you remind us how to live by the planner every single day. I do. Yes, so there we go. How was that? I'm feeling better, thank you. It's like you're all my therapy lesson, my therapy session for the day. All right, so let's go get uncomfortable. If you're sitting on the fence about something right now, I know for some of you in here, I can speak directly to you. I know some people are in here who are going for a job and they haven't been in a job for some time, and that's uncomfortable when you haven't been working, and your fear is you might go for the interview and not get the job, or you might you might go to the interview and not get the job, but in that process of going to the interview, in that process of having the interview, you might have a conversation with somebody that makes it really clear to you that that's actually not the job that you wanted anyway. You actually would prefer to be living your life in this way. So nothing is ever a failure. But feel yourself move from the comfort and the cushiony comfort of life to that little bit of uncomfortableness. Because that little tiny bit of uncomfortableness, still probably not a word, that little tiny bit of uncomfortableness is where the magic will happen. It's where the great stuff starts to happen, not only for you and your own growth and your own development and your own spiritual awareness, but for everybody that's in that path with you. You know, like for me today, stepping out of my comfort zone, coming on here and telling everybody, whoa, I've got a fear of failure. You know, that's pretty much out of lots of people's comfort zones. Oh, Deborah's correcting me again. Discomfort. Okay. I like uncomfortableness. All right. So, I think that's it. Are we all good? Okay. Awesome. Well, see? This is how you change your vibe. If you're tuning into this video right now, please go back and watch it from the beginning. It's changing your vibe and moving through stuff. Nothing was forced there. Everything that you've seen here on the video is in flow. And that's the way that we need to be living our lives. In flow, connected, not fearing. Everything is okay. Everything will be, and everything is okay. High vibes. Hey Carolyn, lovely to see you all the way from the UK. It's so nice to see you guys. All right, have a beautiful day. I'll see you tomorrow.